Hi, and welcome to day 25 of 365 Days of Art. Behind me, you can see day 24, where I was playing around with a couple of different things, the molding paste, the stucco, and the crackle medium. Love the crackle medium, love the molding paste. Gonna have to try really hard to find a use for the stucco. Super don't like that. Today I'm going to be doing sunflowers with Donna Dewberry. This is her one-stroke technique. I'm looking at the YouTube video One Stroke Sunflower Part 1, Donna Dewberry 2018. Behind me you can see that I've already prepped my canvas just to give us a nice soft background. I didn't put any medium on top of it this time. All I did was put about 3 layers of gesso sanded in between each of them, one with a slightly heavier grit and then a really nice fine grit to get that super smooth finish. And then I did the same thing with the acrylic that I put on there. That's 2 layers of acrylic, and I sanded very lightly in between those layers, and then just once more with a really fine sandpaper I sanded the top layer just to give me that nice smooth finish so that hopefully we can get some really beautiful strokes when I go to do the sunflower today. That being said, let's paint.
Using Arteza acrylics, orange yellow, mid yellow, Mars orange, and Van Dyke brown. I have 2 flat brushes, one's a little fluffier and one goes to that perfect chisel shape. And of course the Liquitex Flow Aid that I've been using for this technique. Alright, getting started. I had a little bit too much of it on my brush for this first one, so it was a little runny, but I was able to fix it. And you can see already, even though that canvas is really smooth, and I wish you guys could actually feel it through this screen, it's incredibly smooth, but I still had an issue with my paint running out and just really having that dry brush effect at the very edges. No matter how much paint I put in my brush or pulled it out, it just wasn't quite working the way I wanted it to work, not like it did when I put it on the gloss or the matte medium. So I decided to try another one. Of course, we're going to do multiple attempts. If you're going to do something, you got to do it over and over until you get good. In this case, yeah, I'm not really happy with any of them. That first one's alright, and I super love the shading on the middle. I do have to say that my favorite thing that I've pulled from this technique is loading more than one color on my brush. I'd never really played with it before, and it's super fun. See, I'm trying to get that yellow to be a little more opaque. I actually discovered, yep, there it is, I added some titanium white to my colors. So I feel like I'm going to do a video where we'll explore colors of different opacity, because I didn't realize my 2 colors that I was using were only semi-opaque rather than fully opaque. So adding the titanium white made them show up on the background just a little bit better. And the final one, I tried a bunch of different things here. I tried layering, and I tried, leaving them a little sparser, maybe just a little bit of overlap. Overall, it was okay. I mean, I tried and I waited for each layer to dry so that I wouldn't get a muddy mess. You do have to be super careful on your palette when you're loading your brush that you don't mix it up and just create mud, and then you won't get that cool shading that you're wanting. In this case, it just wasn't working on the canvas, and that was incredibly frustrating.
As excited as I was for this technique, I'm just not really thrilled with how the last couple have been coming out. I am going to try one more tutorial. To be fair, hers was just more of a time lapse because she is trying to sell her courses. So I think I'm going to go back and try just one more tutorial by the same person that did the daisy that I attempted earlier. She has a marigold tutorial. I feel like it's going to go good, so we'll probably do that tomorrow. And then I'm going to close the book on this chapter, just because while this technique is very interesting and produces some cool results, I just don't feel like it's working very well for me on the canvas. I'm not terribly surprised by that, because this technique does seem to be done mostly on paper, and I've seen a lot of people want to do it on like wine glasses or just glassware in general, which completely makes sense because this is all about the paint being able to glide on the surface. Even though I wasn't happy with this, I was able to see the fundamentals of the technique and what was supposed to be happening. A couple times I was really able to get that correct petal shape by twisting the brush. very cool technique, just, I don't know if it's something that I'm going to employ. And that's what's fun. You get to pick and choose what you do in your practice. Your art is your art. You decide what you like and what you don't. Nobody has to dictate that for you. So I would love to know what you're working on, anything interesting that you're getting up to. Hit me up down in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.